Here's your word for the day from Calvary in Lake Havasu. Visit us on the web at calvaryaz.com.
Good day, Calvary. It's Jerod here with your next word for the day, and we're going to be in Ephesians chapter 5, verses 18 through 21. So without further ado, let's begin reading. Verse 18, "And do not get drunk with wine, for that is debauchery, but be filled with the Spirit, addressing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody to the Lord with your heart, giving thanks always and for everything to God the Father in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, submitting to one another out of reverence for Christ." So, Paul is clearly telling us here at the beginning of verse 18 that to not get drunk, it's debauchery, and debauchery just means excessive indulgence in sensual pleasures. So let's talk about getting drunk for a second here. If you've ever been drunk, you know that you're just flat out sloppy. Your speech slurs, you say and do things you otherwise wouldn't have done if you weren't drunk. Even the next day, you feel awful, right? That hangover. So I think we can all admit that nothing good comes from getting drunk. We need to be filled with the Spirit, not alcohol. And speaking of spirits, have you ever noticed at a liquor store or even at grocery stores at the top, on the sign in the alcohol aisle, it says spirits? I think that's pretty interesting. Now, I don't believe alcohol itself is a spirit, but I do believe that alcohol and many other things that I won't get into right now are actual gateways to spirits, and not the good ones, the ones that are waiting to gain ground in your life and make a mess of it. So when we drink alcohol in excess, our mind is cloudy and our judgment is highly impaired. So how can we ever expect to be living Spirit-filled? You know, in 1 Peter 5:8 it says, "Be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour." If we aren't sober, we become way more susceptible to the enemy and the sins of our flesh. So if we are living a Spirit-filled life, then we are naturally going to be doing the things that Paul instructs us here to do in verse 19 and beyond. We're going to be singing spiritual songs and making melody to the Lord with our heart, giving thanks always. I hope this message finds you well. God bless you and have a great day.